Nobody cared who I was till I put on the mask. And welcome to Shut the Puck Up. Our first episode with the regular hockey season on the way. I'm joined with my co-host Luke. How are we doing?
Not bad. Excited.
Not bad. Yeah, excited because the Rangers had a phenomenal game the other night.
They did.
The Rangers won 6-0 in a shutout, which is it's an incredible start for them, don't you think?
It is a very good start. Too good of a start.
You think it's too good?
I'm nervous now.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I just hope that the fans don't be like, oh, he was just shut out every time now. But Igor managed to shut out, which is, like, at the same time of hearing about his contract negotiations, I don't know if you've been hearing about this, he denied a contract to be literally the highest paid goalie in NHL history because he wants more money. I think the deal was $11 million, and I think he's looking for like $12.5 million.
Around there.
But after that game, do you think we should give him the extra money?
He's worth $15 million.
You think?
I mean, the Penguins aren't a great team anyways.
No, but they still have Crosby, who is one of like the greatest players, period.
But if you can manage a shutout like that, and if he goes out again on the 12th and does it again, then he's worth $12 million.
Yeah, and like for our players, 6 goals too is not bad. So you can't even say it's just Igor shutting out. It was also our players playing very good offensively because they get 6 goals, almost 7 if Cooley's wasn't retracted in the offsides call. It was great. Trouba, I'm a little upset to say, actually did pretty good.
He's playing like an NHL player.
Yeah, now he started to actually play right. The goal was his at first, and then it switches to Sam Carrick because he tipped it in. But 2 assists in one game for him is really good. Kreider got 2 goals. Lafreniere with a goal. Like, everyone was doing really good. I think a lot of our star players are good. And then, yeah, Sam Carrick was new. He's a new player, so he did very good for his first time. And then Keetle, too. Keetle coming back after being injured for almost the entire season last year. Comes back, gets a goal. I think he's going to be a great player. I think he was very strong on the ice.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he played in the playoffs last year, but he wasn't all there, still suffering from the concussion. But he played really well, and he was playing well before he had the concussion, I think the last couple of years before he missed time. He's
really good. I think he's just going to get better, and now that he's off of injury and finally back with the team, I think it's great. I think a lot of the new players looked really good on the ice. Panarin was obviously, he was a little behind, but he was kind of in and out during the preseason. It wasn't really known if he was even going to be on right now because we have VC off right now, and I believe we have someone else. I forget who else is off, but I know him, and then Panarin was kind of up in the air. So I felt like he wasn't as strong of a force as he usually was, but he still definitely did make his position known. I felt like Fox was doing very good. Miller, like all the defensemen, I feel like I heard their names a lot. They were getting a lot of good chances, them too.
That was a complete team win. All 4 lines got a goal. You had the penalty kill goal. You had the defense playing really well offensively.
Yeah, the shorthanded goal by Kreider. I was surprised that they didn't pull the goaltender, Pittsburgh, which I understand. I guess you're down by so much, but also in that same regard, you have nothing to lose. So why wouldn't they just pull the goaltender and try? Because I thought for sure that Kreider was going to hat trick because I thought he was going to get an empty net goal. I thought that was going to be his 3rd goal.
I think after the 4th goal, Tristan Jarry looked a lot better. I mean, he still let up 2 more goals.
Yeah.
But he looked a lot better. The first 2 periods was lost. The Rangers had something like 15 shots in a row without Pittsburgh taking a shot. So that was a very complete dominant team.
The Rangers were very strong in that offensive zone, really holding it down. And in defense, like their power play, I don't even think they got like a shot off in there, like when Pittsburgh was on power play.
It was because the Rangers scored a goal.
Yeah, because the Rangers, they don't clear it. They bring it out with them, and they try to score.
Yeah, the Rangers set up on the penalty kill like a power play.
Yeah, and that's just like, I think that's a good move for them, honestly. I think it's a good move for any team because it burns more time than just sending it down the length of the ice. I think that's kind of a waste of time, I feel like. But sometimes it is just to get it out quickly if you can't sneak it out.
It's hard to do if you don't have the players to do it.
Yeah, but I definitely feel like we have a lot of good players. But with the NHL in general, there were 2 other shutout games too. So it was quite an interesting couple of days. I mean, the season's only been going on for like 2 or 3 days. A lot of high-scoring goal games with the Rangers and Penguins. The Rangers shut out the Penguins. The Canadiens shut out the Maple Leafs with just 1 goal that was scored by Cole Caulfield, who I forget what his original number was. He switched to number 13 this season in honor of Johnny Gaudreau, the NHL player who died in a drunk driving accident, which the whole season has been a lot of that. I believe there's a lot of things. I think they're wearing like 13 on the helmets too. There's a lot of different things for that, but Cole Caulfield just switched his number entirely, and then he scored. And then the Jets Oilers, I think it was 6-0 against the Oilers, which is not a great start for them considering they're expected to be a playoff team. They're expected, like everyone keeps, everything I see keeps saying, oh, they're going to be like, you know, playoff finals, like team again.
Yeah, the Oilers, I think, are projected to be Stanley Cup champions again, but it is the first game of the season.
Yeah, the average, it was like in the Oilers' favor, and I think second was Panthers again, and then third was for the Rangers to win it, which I just don't see the Oilers because I couldn't even see them winning it last season. I felt like they kept falling into their wins, like on accident. Well, it felt like they were by the skin of their teeth every series.
Last year, the Oilers had a historically bad start, and then they fired their coach and replaced him, and then they finally figured out the goalie situation, which has been an issue forever, and then they finally started winning. So I think this year they're going to win early in the year and get the confidence and keep going.
Yeah, we'll see. Because it really, for me, like the playoff times with them, because I feel like when Florida lost to the Rangers, everyone, at least for me, it was just like, all right, so Florida won the cup. Like everyone just kind of felt that way, that I knew at least. It was like whoever won that series was winning the cup. Like it was honestly surprising when the Oilers went to Game 7, when they pushed it to Game 7.
Yeah, it was a guarantee that the Panthers were winning the cup last year, but they didn't get much better. And neither did the Oilers, but they've got experience now.
Yeah, the Oilers should not have made it as far as they did. Like what I think I thought Dallas was going all the way, if I'm being honest. But I'm also just a Dallas fan, so.
It's hard saying who was going to come. I thought Vancouver had the West last year.
Vancouver, they were very good. They were, and they're going to continue to be good. They're definitely a strong team. The Devils they started off the season way before anyone else did, like a week before maybe a little less, but because they were in Prague for this like international game against the Sabres, and they won both games, which is great for the Devils, bad for the Sabres, but the Sabres are a team that have missed the playoffs for, like 13 years now?
Longer than that.
16 maybe?
I do know it's the longest drought in professional sports that they haven't made it in. And they haven't really been close either.
No, they haven't. And people are already saying that they're eliminated from the playoffs already with this.
And it's not like they're a bad team on paper. They've got some really good pieces. They just can never seem to put it together.
Yeah, they have a lot of good players, but I remember I used to talk to some people who were Sabres fans, and they're just like, who live in Buffalo, they're like, yeah, no, they just like party all the time. They're like, will you go out to like the town and you're like, you'll see the players out there like having fun. Like they don't seem to take it as seriously. It's a lot of young guys on the team, it seems like, and they're not taking it as seriously as maybe certain older players or older teams would.
Yeah, I mean, Tage Thompson scored 50, Rasmus Dahlin, first overall pick. They've got some really good pieces, but they just don't.
They have good players.
Take it seriously, I guess.
What you also notice is look at the players that come out of the Sabres too. Even their coaching staff, like their power play coach became the Rangers power play coach. And you know what? We had the best power play in the league last year, and VC came from there. And there's a lot better players too that come out of there. People come out of Buffalo though, and they're better. Like they're like Stanley Cup champions.
I remember the two goalies, Robin Lehner and Linus Ullmark. They both couldn't stop a puck in Buffalo, and then Ullmark turns it around. The last couple of years, he's been one of the best goalies in the league.
Yeah.
And a few years before that, Robin Lehner had a stretch of 4 really good years. And they were both Sabres who were not good.
Yeah, no, and Ullmark he's a player that you hear so much about. It was the Ullmark and Swayman duo. I mean, Ullmark's in Ottawa now, I believe.
Yep.
And then I think Swayman's negotiating contracts right now.
I think
might not
he
stick
just
around.
signed 8x8.
He signed 8x8. Looking good for them. Rangers, we still got to figure out our contract. Utah, they started off their season right with a win against the Blackhawks, which it's not the craziest team to go up against, but still, I definitely think the Blackhawks have been rebuilding and been getting better. I mean, you have Connor Bedard, of course, who I think got a couple assists. He didn't get any goals, but Utah came in pretty strong, and we're going up against them. The Rangers are going to be playing them on Saturday, and I don't think it's going to be that hard for us. But what do you think?
I think the Rangers will win that game, but down the stretch, I think Utah's a sneaky playoff team.
You think so?
I think so. I think they would be like a last team in type deal.
It could be. I could see them getting a wild card spot because with Arizona, where they originally came from, like Arizona was never the greatest team either, though.
They were surprisingly good down the stretch last year in Arizona.
Yeah, I feel like Arizona did have like a little bit of a good time, but
I think a sneaky playoff team wouldn't shock me if they managed to be the last team in.
yeah. Well, we'll see. They go up against the Islanders tonight, so we'll see how that game goes because the Islanders are another iffy team, at least for me. I feel like they do have some good players, but they just
I don't think the Islanders are a playoff team.
no. I mean, what they made it in? They made it in pretty close actually, and then there's like the Capitals who knows what's gonna happen with that? If Alex Ovechkin is gonna break that record, I have no clue. I don't know if they've played yet. I'm excited to see San Jose play too because I'm excited to see Macklin Celebrini. That's the thing. Not a lot of games have started yet, but there's enough to get excited about. Definitely as a Rangers fan, I know I was like, oh my God, like this is the best game ever. But I guess we'll just have to see with Utah against the Rangers on Saturday, see if we get another shutout win. And with that is going to be all for now. It's time for us to shut the puck up, and we will see you next time.
The waiting is over. The New York Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions.